Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another stream, and I'm slowly trying, keyword trying, to get the consistency back up and running again. Giving me a little bit of time for that, and I'll be able to get some stuff ready to go. Tonight we are doing some vibing in Conton City. For those of you who do not know, hi, I'm Megamat. I am a variety streamer who mainly streams Dragon Ball themed content, whether if it be playing Dragon Ball games, discussing Dragon Ball, doing Dragon Ball chats. But I do other stuff as well, and I also do Dragon Ball themed gameplays of other games that are not Dragon Ball. Oh. So basically we have a lot going on, and we have a lot more things. If you guys have any things you want to talk about, whether if it be fan and story ideas, like in regards to Dragon Ball New Frontier, some other campaigns I'm planning on doing, or even other content, or even other content, I'll be looking forward to talk about this more and more. But I have a lot more to share. So, we got a lot more to do, and things might be starting to get hectic again, but we're also working on some new ideas. The muffin man who lives on Drury Lane? Yeah, I stole his muffins. Yeah, I stole his muffins. Yeah. They're sensational. Cool. So, yeah, it's not the order. It's like, oh, Kaka, where'd you get that muffin? Muffin butter? Never installed a muffin button. Now how the fuck did I get this muffin? Well, and let me move him up a bit. Moving this way then. Since I don't really use him in the since I don't use this for like gameplay and stuff. And I'll reduce the size if I need to do that. But yeah, we got a lot of chaos to cause. We got a lot of ideas. And we have way more to discuss. And I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot more overtime. So actually, let me get a donation goal real quick. Up and running. Okay, let me edit this real quick. My next stream plan? Right now, it's mainly to get the consistency going, to be honest. Mainly. There we go. Right now, I'm prioritizing getting consistency rolling, so I should probably start doing more Dragon Ball content again. I should probably start doing yes, at the moment, but I am not requiring it. You don't have to do it. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. Take care of yourself before you take care of me, please. Oh, just prioritize your own expenses first. But I'm also doing game requests, so I am So if you guys want me to play a game, it's like with Sparking Zero or Gekishin or Xenoverse or Gigabash, it's like $1 per match. Same with Sonic Rumble. Well, so I figured it would that would actually be fun to do. Also might do some Lockdown Protocol at some point, but we'll see where that goes first. I don't know. I think at least one. I know you talked about it was there was a video about like the is ancient cats that like the elusive as fuck cats. Like the prehistoric cats and stuff. Yeah. I think so. Wait a minute, I didn't. Hold on a damn minute. I thought you had some other stuff you gotta take care of. Yeah, but I thought you couldn't do it. Take any at the moment. Because reacts are like a dollar per minute. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, the game auctions, I'm not doing like a bridge, like the game auction goes until like the goal is reached. So don't worry about that. I'm not doing a game auction at the moment. Per se. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Jesus! Oh! How many already? Oh boy. Ugh. Alright. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to get everything ready. God damn it.
Hello, check it out.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay. Let me know if y'all can see it. Okay, good. Alrighty. The 8 lineages of cats that we know of. Oh boy.
Hello. Check it out. Man, I love felines. Because you already know what the f is going on. Cats. When you hear the word cat, your brain probably goes to this.
Yeah.
Little freaks that run your households. But the reality is,
Yeah, like little Zelda or
extends
Tolly.
much further than that. Lions are cats. Leopards
Yeah.
are cats. There's
Yep.
climbing cats, swimming cats.
Yep.
The whole world of cats waiting to be
Oh
explored.
boy.
You bet your ass that's what we're doing today. There are 39. There's 39 species of cats, and today I'm going to introduce you to them. Some I'm willing to...
That we know of. I would like to add 39 species of cats that we know of.
bet you don't even know existed. Without further ado, my name is Lindsay Nicole, and this is the history of cats that we know of.
Cats.
Let's get the general information out of the way. If you're familiar with this series so far, you'll know one thing to be true about the cat lineage. It's muddy as fuck. That still applies to our cats.
Muddy as fuck,
Different species
elusive as fuck.
classified for the smaller, more elusive cats is a little iffy. Different places will tell you a different amount of cat species. I'm going to be going off the IUCN's cat classifications list, just so you know. And also, FYI, if you haven't watched the other episodes of this series, you're just tuning in for these cats, that's okay.
Well,
Everyone can enjoy these cats, no matter
look at the
size,
jumper, Katie.
requisites. Quick rundown. Cats have been around
Zelda's
for
a
like
jumper
30
too,
million
so,
years, starting
yeah.
with the first true cat that we know of,
Well.
Oilers from France. Then there was a cat gap in the fossil record, which extends
Wait, monsieur.
1 million years, and then boom, next cats show up, spread out all over the place. Pseudailerus. Pseudailerus led to a major split in the cat lineage between the saber-toothed cats and all the modern cats that we know and love today. Last time we talked about the extinct saber-toothed cats, which all belong to the subfamily Machairodontidae. Today our focus is on their sister group, the modern cats, the conical-toothed cats, called feline. So, all members of this group are the felines. They have shorter, more rounded canines compared to the blade-like sabers of the Machairodonts. And also, what we do know is that the saber-toothed cats evolved from a version of Pseudailerus in Europe. All of the modern cats, or the conical-toothed cats, the ones we're focused on today, evolved from a version of Pseudailerus in Asia. That is the feline ancestor alive 10.8 million years ago. Because they're the last cats standing, their tooth shape is the one we think of as the default. But if you watched the last episode, you'll know that was not always the case. I'm going to tell you how I decided to organize a video because we have a lot of shit to get through.
So the elusive as fuck cats survived.
Based on genetic evidence, all cats alive today can be organized into 8 different branches of the cat family tree. That's how we're organizing this video. We're going to go through each of the branches in the order that they diverged.
Okay.
What I mean by that, each of the 8 lineages can be traced back to an ancestor that diverged or split off from the rest of the group a certain amount of years ago. Let's take the panther.
Basically how biology somewhat works and as well as evolution. Lineage,
All the big cats. They were the first to split off about 10.8 million years ago. This means their common ancestor with the rest of modern cats was alive 10.8 million years ago. So, that's the most recent common ancestor of all modern cats.
Whoa.
In all of the big cats, that cluster on the right, they share a common ancestor alive more recently, 6.4 million years ago, because this diagram is only showing the cats still alive today. Obviously, a lot more was going on within each lineage, like extinct species, extinct branches that existed, but are technically irrelevant to how all of the modern species relate to each other. So you can think of this little section as currently irrelevant shenanigans. Hope that makes sense. So then let's look at the bay cat lineage, the next one down. The bay cat split off, now they're irrelevant. Now every species left after that split can be traced back to an ancestor alive 9.4 million years ago. At that time, the bay cat lineage diverged, has been doing their own thing for 9.4 million years, had their little section of irrelevant shenanigans, and then
irrelevant shenanigans.
That lineage alive today can be traced back to an ancestor that was alive 5.41 million years ago.
So here you have a lot more going on.
Group diverged. The dates that matter are the ones coming off of the red line, or the main line, going through each group as they split off. But before we get into those, we have to talk about the last common ancestor between all of the cats. The one that was alive 10.8 million years ago. If you have a feline or two at home, or have learned literally anything about cats ever, you know they like their space. And sure, animals migrate in general for their innate need to disperse, take advantage of less tapped resources. But man, oh man, did felines take this to the extreme. Cat behavior dude, their territories are huge. They're pretty solitary most of the time. And if not, males get kicked to the curb once they're old enough. Makes sense that the ancestors...
Get the fuck out of my pride!
continents entirely. Over the last 10 million years, there have been 2 major waves of
coalitions.
During the first major wave, sea levels were much lower, up to 200 feet below today's, which meant, that's right, bitch, land bridges. Time to spread out for when the seas rose again. These populations became isolated from each other, setting the stage for rapid speciation due to genetic drift. Then the second wave came, went absolutely nuts, and all of a sudden, multiple groups were all over the place, dominating to shit. I think we're ready to move on to the 8 lineages.
Well,
Get the gist. I want to give a little
does that mean we got a feline civil war?
heads up. You'll notice some of these 8 sections, and specifically certain species will be much less talked about than others. While we all know and love cats in general very much, certain branches are a lot more elusive. For some species,
Elusive as
really all I
fuck.
have to say is the fact that they exist. So that's pretty much all we know. But then others, like the big cats, for example, people are very interested in them, and they're big. You know, you see them.
Massive.
That reason I decided the big cats are gonna get their own episode. I feel like they deserve it. There's too much to say about them for them to be only one section in this video. This is already a pretty long video. So that will be the next episode of the series. The earliest diverging group of felines, the big cats. I know this might be disappointing, but I hope you understand and are still interested in the rest of these cats. I think you should be, because they're really cool and also cute. Okay, cool, you decided to stay. With the big cats postponed to next time, the next lineage on our list is one of the most mysterious, the Bay Cats. The Bay
Mysterious
Cat
as fuck.
lineage. There's a good chance you've never heard of them. How exciting! New cats. They're like the cryptids of the feline world. For such an elusive branch of cats, it won't surprise you that their fossil record is elusive times 1,000,000, as in non-existent. So everything we know about their evolution
In other words, they are elusive as fuck.
comes from DNA studies of the living members, which suggests their last common ancestor was around like 5.4 million years ago. Since then, they've been doing their own thing, mostly tucked away in the dense forest of Southeast Asia. Before genetic analysis, nobody even realized these cats were closely related. Couldn't even tell. Look different, lifestyle different, but the hips don't lie. Get it? The genes. Hints. Genes. Genes on the hips. Finally, starting off with our first cat, the Asian golden cat. It's the largest of the 3, at up to 35 pounds. They have a stunning coat that can range from golden red to gray or even black. There's 2 subspecies, one in Sumatra and the Malay Peninsula, and another one that ranges from Nepal all the way through Southeast Asia and into China. These cats eat anything. They don't give a fuck. Rodents, monkeys, reptiles, they're into it. Habitat-wise as well, they don't give a fuck. They're found in lowland forests all the way up to 14,000.
They don't give a fuck. We'll conquer.
That's them.
They will conquer. They're going to.
Hence the name of the Bay Cat lineage. This cat might as well be a myth. It's so rare that even people who live in Borneo, where it's found, don't know what it is most of the time. It was first described back in 1874 from a skull that had been sitting around for almost 20 years. For a long time, scientists thought this was just a small version of the Asian golden cat, but the genes don't lie, and showed that the 2 split off from each other about 4 million years ago, before Borneo even became an island. And there's probably only about 2,200 adult Bornean bay cats left, assuming there's about 1 cat per 100 square kilometers. That is not very many cats. There's no captive cats either, none in zoos, none in rescue centers, nothing, at least that we know of, at least that I could find on the internet. There are some pictures of one that was found in captivity in 2008. They're unfortunately some of the best quality pictures we have of them, because most of what we know comes from camera traps and the occasional sighting, mostly found in lowland forests, thought to be like 6 to 9 pounds. Everything else, pretty much a mystery.
Elusive as fuck.
Is unknown. And the last in this branch, the marbled cat. Pretty fucking cute, I know. Anywhere between 4 to 11 pounds. And initially
but
thought
is
was
it
a
deadly?
Clouded leopard, like a little teacup clouded leopard, which I can totally see, but the genes said otherwise. This one's a real tree dweller. They are extremely good climbers and climb head first down a fucking tree. That's crazy. They're like little squirrels. Its tail is almost as long as its body and holds it out straight for balance, like a tightrope walker. Marbled cats are found from Nepal to Borneo, mostly in dense forests and at a range of altitudes, up to 12,000 feet above the surface of the ocean. Mostly found during the day. While they love the trees, they are not strictly in the trees. Sometimes they are chilling on the ground, or perhaps in the middle of a road. They like to eat birds, bats, rodents, primates, reptiles, even fish. They seem to be solitary, but have been seen in pairs. Not sure if they were siblings or mates. That's about it on them for now. Next, we're moving into the caracal branch of the family tree. Some of these members you're probably more familiar with. I'm sure you've seen the iconic caracal ear flip and the strange and seemingly disproportionate bodies of the serval. But boy, oh boy, is there more to this lineage than that. So, let's start at the beginning. The caracal line split off from the rest of the cat family about 8.5 million years ago. And then the ancestor of all species alive today existed about 5.6 million years ago. Despite being some of the lesser known residents, this group was the first cat lineage to make the jump from Asia to Africa, way before lions or cheetahs even thought of showing up. And this time we do have a fossil record dating back 4 million years, mostly from southern and eastern Africa. But as usual with the cats, fossils are mostly just bits and pieces, i.e., yes, muddy as fuck. So it's hard to say which ancient cats were direct ancestors of today's species. Before DNA testing, nobody thought to group these cats together. They look different, they live in totally different habitats, just like the last group. But once again, the genes don't lie. Servals, and African golden cats are indeed close cousins. Let's start off with the caracal, the namesake of the bridge. The very cute ear twists, very stunning in every single way. The name caracal is Turkish and means black ear. They weigh anywhere from 13 to 40 pounds. They get up to 4 feet long. They're built like very small athletes, very muscular, long-legged, with a head that looks almost too small. They're found all over Africa, the Middle East, and even into India. They're ridiculously adaptable. They thrive in the savannas, scrublands, dry forests, even up in the Ethiopian highlands at over 10,000 feet. The only places they avoid are true deserts and dense rainforests. Polar opposite shit. They're mostly nocturnal, super solitary, and extremely badass. They can leap over 6 feet straight up and snatch birds out of the air. And they'll take down prey up to 3 times their own size. Antelope, jackals, even young kudus. Birds up to the size of eagles, dude. And like a lot of cats, they'll sometimes drag bigger kills up into trees to keep them safe from scavengers. If you know me, you might know my background before doing science communication was working with wild cats. I've worked with a caracal before. Her name was Aurora. She's very feisty, likes to hiss and spit.
Feisty is all fuck.
Why would she? I personally love when cats are feisty. Okay, next up, the African golden cat. If you've never heard of this one, you're not alone. It's easily Africa's most mysterious wild cat. The African golden cat lives in dense rainforests of West and Central Africa, and it's so secretive that the first wild photo of one wasn't taken until 2002. They're about the size of a bobcat, weighing 15 to 35 pounds. Their coats range from golden to gray, sometimes spotted, sometimes plain. They're solitary, mostly nocturnal, or out in the twilight, and are almost never seen by people. And they eat a ton of shit. Rodents, birds, monkeys, duikers, even pangolins. They're thought to compete with leopards for food, which is pretty badass. And in places where leopards are common, golden cats probably switch up their schedules to avoid them. And last but not least, the serval, my favorite of the branch. I've worked with many a serval in my time, and they are nuts. They are completely insane. In my opinion, they look nuts. They've got the longest legs relative to body size of any cat, huge ears, and their tail is just too small, in my opinion. Servals weigh between 15 to 40 pounds and can stand nearly 2 feet tall at the shoulder. They're all over sub-Saharan Africa, especially in wetlands, reed beds, and grasslands. And they are rodent hunting specialists. They use those giant ears to pinpoint prey in the grass. And then they leap, sometimes over 10 feet in the air, to pounce or snatch birds.
Oh boy,
straight out of flight.
we got a
hunting success rate
lot more problem.
Outrageous, up to 50% overall, and over 80% for rodents specifically. Bad day to be a rodent with a serval around.
Oh yeah.
Also eat birds,
definitely.
Insects, reptiles, fish.
Well,
from my experience working with them, they tend to be pretty sensitive eaters. I don't know.
Also, I believe the servals are actually used to create the savannah cat breed.
That's a captivity thing, but they really liked chicken. So one thing across the board they all fucked with. Chicken. Moving on to the next split in the feline tree, the ocelot line. One of the most diverse and successful branches of the cat family, with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
Are you done?
But 7 species of cats. That's right, bitch. Buckle up. This
Yep,
lineage
ocelots.
from the rest of the cat family about 8 million years ago, originally evolving in North America. But the real explosion of diversity didn't happen until about 2.9 million years ago, when their ancestors crossed the newly formed Panama Land Bridge into South America. This was a big deal at the time. This is what they call a biotic interchange. North American residents were now meeting South American residents for the first time. It was like a wall of death. Ecosystems got shook the fuck up. This allowed the ocelot line to diversify to shit across Central and South America. One weird thing that happened along the way. All members of this lineage have fewer chromosomes than other cats. Most cats have 38. The ocelot lineage has 36. This was apparently due to 2 chromosomes fusing together at some point millions of years ago, in a way that allowed that mutation to pass down through generations. It's called a Robertsonian translocation, and it does not hurt the cats. So now, let's meet the cats. Starting out with, you guessed it, the ocelot, the largest, most well-known, and most adaptable of the group. They're all over the place.
Oh boy.
Some found from Texas through Arizona, all the way down to northern Argentina. They like rainforests, mangroves.
It's like,
thorns,
just be lucky these ocelots don't dual-wield revolvers.
scrub, even the mountains. They just
If you
like
know, you know.
They're solitary, mostly nocturnal, and both excellent climbers and swimmers. When threatened, they'll escape into the trees or go for a quick dip without hesitation. Ocelots weigh between 17 and 33 pounds and can reach nearly 5 feet long, including the tail, which, for reference,
If you know, you know.
if I were to be horizontal. They eat everything from rodents, monkeys, birds, snakes, and even crabs. They go wherever, eat whatever. They're like the golden retriever girlfriend. But because of this, they're so dominant in some areas that they can actually push out smaller, more high maintenance or specialist cats.
It's a Metal Gear
A
reference.
phenomenon called the ocelot effect. Now researchers are still figuring out if it actually exists or not. Personally, I like the sound of it. All right, next, take an ocelot. Make it smaller. Make it act more like a squirrel. Scrunch up its face a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You got yourself a margay. They look like they got nothing going on in their brain. Margays are
Wow.
smaller than ocelots at 5 to 11 pounds. They have massive eyes and a tail that's nearly as long as their body. Their hind paws can rotate 180 degrees to help with gripping the trees. Another cat that can climb down
Oh, boy.
trees head first, or even hang from a branch by one hind foot.
Uh-oh.
They love the trees. They spend most of their day there. But weirdly, they do most of their hunting on the ground. I guess they enjoy a little work-life balance. They eat small mammals, birds, lizards, and one time in Brazil, a margay was apparently seen trying to attract a tamarin by mimicking their calls, which is very cute if you ask me. But next up, personally, this one is my favorite tiny cat. The Andean mountain cat. They are so cute and also extremely elusive. They're considered one of the
Elusive
rarest
as fuck.
cats in the world. They've only been photographed a handful of times. Back in 2018, 2 scientists were able to photograph one for 2 hours, which was a huge deal. So most of the pictures you see of Andean mountain cats are that single cat, because, like their name suggests, this cat lives up in the mountains of Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, sometimes at altitudes over 16,000 feet. This cat wants absolutely nothing to do with us, and I respect
Elusive
him,
as
so I
fuck.
like him so much. They're about the size of a large house cat with a thick, bushy tail and a dense coat to survive the cold. They like to eat mountain viscachas, which are big rabbit-like rodents, but if they have to, they'll eat birds, lizards, insects. I would like to see this cat one day, but I also respect the possibility that I won't, if that means they get to exist in peace. Next up is the pampas cat. Very similar vibe to the Andean mountain cat in some cases, but got a lot of different looks going on. Different colors and patterns. They can look like
Well, we got
anything from
a-
spotted tabby to a solid orange cat.
Oh,
Share
boy.
that common theme of looking perpetually pissed off. I feel like this one is Koya. I'm not gonna pick her up again because she would be very pissed, but a reminder, this is Koya. I think she is a pampas cat.
Yeah, the
Pampas cat is a little bigger than Koya. It's found all across
Cats
South
are pissed.
America. the
They're
Andes,
pissed as
the
fuck.
grasslands of Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay. They're mainly terrestrial hunters feeding on rodents, lizards, and birds. They've also been seen raiding penguin nests for eggs and chicks in Patagonia. They don't give a fuck. Next, Jeffrey's cat.
Oh, they'll
is
steal
probably
the
common
penguin's
wild in
eggs.
the temperate regions of southern South America. Weigh 6 to 13 pounds and are found in everything: dense forests, grasslands,
Real.
coastal ecosystems, even deserts. They're solitary, mostly nocturnal, and excellent swimmers. There's even a record of one crossing a fast-flowing river 20 times in a single day. I would like to know what it was up to. They're generalists, eating
Agile as fuck.
birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Whatever's available on the
Versatile as
Next
fuck.
up, if you haven't already, you bitches are gonna freak. This is the cod cock. The smallest cat in the Americas.
Fluffy
and
as
the
fuck.
Smallest cats in the world that we know of. Adults can weigh as little as 3.3 pounds. They're found in the temperate forests of Chile and Argentina, and they like it where the understory is dense, to hide, and elusive. Codcods are good climbers and will shelter in trees, but most of their hunting happens on the ground. They eat rodents, birds, and reptiles. This tiny cat is mighty and fierce, not to be fucked with. And the last two on the list are the northern and southern tiger cats. Used to be thought as one species. Genetics came in the mix. Split them up. But I'm gonna keep them together for the time being, because they got the same kind of shit going on. They're both small, elusive, very cute. Found in rainforests, scrublands,
Adorable as fuck.
savannas, and
Elusive
even
as fuck.
in the mountains.
Deadly as
Another
fuck,
one that
hopefully.
hunts on the ground and likes to be in the trees. Otherwise, that's all for now on them. Unfortunately, I've never worked with any of the species in the ocelot lineage, at least yet. But the next lineage, I've got 3 out of 4 under my belt. The lynx line. All these cats belong to the same genus, lynx. Their ancestors initially diverged 7.2 million years ago in North America.
Yep.
A relevant business, and now all share a common ancestor that was alive 3.2 million years ago. Some of them made their way to Eurasia, but Nevertheless, all cats in this genus have the same kind of shit going on. Pointy ears, nub tails, and they love
I'm pretty
to
sure my
fly.
cats could
Fossils
kill
of the
me.
lynx line are actually pretty common, unlike a lot of other cats, showing up in both Eurasia and North America, dating all the way back to the late Miocene. The earliest definitive lynx fossil is Lynx issiodorensis from the Pliocene and Pleistocene of Europe. There's even a lynx species from Morocco and the
I
Pleistocene.
want the cat to be able
A little brief
to
appearance
survive.
of Africa. And today,
The only way a cat can survive is
four
if they're
lynx
deadly.
species gracing our planet. We're gonna start off with the one that's had a very insane comeback story, the Iberian lynx, found in Spain and Portugal, i.e. the
There are
Iberian
multiple
Peninsula.
lynxes.
This lynx was on the brink of extinction just 2 decades ago, with fewer than 50 mature individuals left. But thanks to a massive conservation effort, their numbers have rebounded to over 2,000 as of 2024, with about 700 of those being adults. They've gone from endangered to vulnerable on the IUCN. So, round of applause to the Eurasian lynx and to the organizations that made that happen. Iberian lynx are rabbit specialists. European rabbits make up 80 to 100% of their diet. They're pretty picky about habitat, sticking to Mediterranean forests and shrublands where rabbits thrive. They're mostly nocturnal with home ranges that shrink or grow depending on rabbit abundance. Besides rabbits, they'll also...
Oh, these lynx will enjoy some good
small
rabbit
deer.
stew.
They've been known to kill but not eat other carnivores like foxes and feral cats. Next up, the Eurasian lynx, the heavyweight of the group. The largest lynx species and one of the most widespread wild cats on the planet. Its range stretches from Western Europe all the way to the Pacific coast of Russia. They are all over the place, in dense forests, rocky mountains, steppe, and even over 15,000 feet in elevation. Most of them are in Russia. Makes sense, Russia's huge. And my favorite thing about them is their scientific name, lynx. Eurasian lynx are solitary and quite territorial. Males can have home ranges up to 400 square miles. Powerful hunters, taking prey up to 4 times their own size. Deer, even reindeer. They're also expert climbers and swimmers with thick fur and huge
I will,
the Canada lynx.
no comment on that
In the
question.
boreal forests of Alaska and Canada, with the occasion
I will not
jet
answer that
to the
question.
northern United States. Their paws are nuts. They look like mittens attached to them. Because of that, they act like snowshoes, letting them float over the deep snow where other predators sink. Canada lynx are almost entirely dependent on snowshoe hares. These make up 60 to 97% of their diet. So when hare numbers crash, which happens every 8 to 11 years, lynx populations crash as well. And they just go like this. They just follow each other like this all the time. And the last lynx on the list, of course, the bobcat. Not this bobcat, but this bobcat. You already know what the fuck is going on. Bobcats are widespread, adaptable, found all the way from southern Canada to central Mexico. It's the most common wild cat in North America, with millions living in the US alone. And they're found
Bobcat will whoop your ass!
sometimes at a time where you would not like to find a bobcat. People walking through forests at night have taken videos of what sounds like a woman screaming. It is actually just a bobcat. Heinous, but just a bobcat nonetheless. Now we're moving on to a lineage of slightly larger sizes. The puma lineage. There's a chance you didn't realize they're separate from the big cats. Pumas are very large cats. Within this lineage is also the cheetah, another pretty large cat. Once again, the truth is in the genes. Also, cheetahs and pumas can't roar like most other big cats.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of other shit though, like meowing, hissing, spitting. I've been spit on by both of them actually. You know what? Koya spits too. Maybe Koya belongs in the puma lineage, which, by the way, also includes the jaguarundi. Different vibe than the other two, but share the same roots nonetheless. And you know what? Fun little game. If you have a cat of your own at home, let me know what wild cat you think they are in the comments. I'll go first. I think Koya is a mix of a puma and a pampas cat. Mixes are allowed. I'll allow a mix. The puma line split from the other cats around 6.7 million years ago.
I think it was part, might have been a little bit of a wildcat of a bobcat.
Muddy as fuck. Kind of jumps all over the place because, by the way, you've got pumas in the Americas, jaguarundi in South
mountain
America,
lions,
and the cheetah all the way over in Africa. Historically, Eurasia as well. This group spread the fuck out. But the earliest definite fossils in this lineage are from cheetah-like cats in Africa, dating back 3.8 to 3.4 million years. The cheetah's ancestors migrated from North America back into Eurasia and Africa. His ancestors stayed behind, eventually spreading south into South America and surviving the massive Pleistocene extinction.
That's a tough question.
Most of North America's big mammals. There's even evidence of puma-like
Tali
cats
is
in
definitely a
Eurasia,
lot more
Puma
domesticated.
pardoides, suggesting ancient relatives once roamed from Europe to Asia.
Zelda
There's also
is
the American
definitely
cheetah during the Ice Age, but they were
more
closely related
energetic
to pumas, but convergently
and likes
evolved
to carry her
cheetah-like
toys.
traits. But the modern puma story really takes off in South
I'll
America.
have
They
to think
survived the
about it
Ice
more.
Age and later recolonized North America about 8 to 10,000 years ago, when the Ice Age ended. Today, the puma is the most widely distributed wild cat in the Western Hemisphere, literally all over the Americas, top to bottom, Canada to Chile. They can weigh anywhere from 60 to 270 pounds, with those in colder regions like Canada and southern Chile growing nearly twice as large as their tropical cousins. Also, males are much bigger than females, sometimes by like 60%. Pumas are built for power and agility. They have the largest hind legs of any cat, proportionally, allowing them to leap up 18 feet straight up, or nearly 40 feet horizontal. That's nuts. They can sprint up to 50 miles per hour, almost catching up to their supercharged cousins, and their long, flexible spines, similar to those of cheetahs, help them twist and turn in pursuit of prey. Oh, also, by the way, they have 3 common names, which confused the fuck out of me as a kid. Puma, mountain lion, cougar. I guess panther, too. Sometimes people call them panthers, even though that one's wrong. But hey, like I said last time, common names are common names. Who knows why they happen? So maybe 3.5 common names. I'm counting panther as half a name. Probably the craziest thing about pumas is their vocalizations. Like I kind of mentioned before, they've got quite the range. Chirps, hisses, growls, spits, and even screams.
Nope.
Nope.
Kind of like the bobcat, I've seen many horror videos on TikTok of their screams getting mistaken for a woman in danger at night. Both of them, dude, I get it. I think I would have a heart attack if I was, for some reason, in the forest in the middle of the night and heard that. That would be my cue to bounce, existentially. All right, moving on to the lesser-known jaguarundi, the misfit of the group for sure. A long, slinky cat, sometimes called the
Slinky
otter.
as fuck.
Looks like an otter. I actually talked about them in my Tiny Cats That Can Swim video because
Well, damn.
I thought they could swim. Look at them. Called the fucking otter cat, but actually they don't. So I was bamboozled. The jaguarundi is found all throughout Central and South America, from the border of the
Bamboozled.
U.S. and Mexico all the way down through South Central Argentina. You get to about 20 pounds and like to eat small vertebrates, particularly mammals, such as rats and small rodents. Really whatever it can get its little paws on. And that's really it. They're just chilling. And good for them. Looking like them, you know? And of course, my personal favorite, the cheetah.
Oh boy. Well,
The puma line superstar sprinter used to be found in
that
Europe, now
one.
only found in Africa. They are built for speed, long legs, a super flexible spine, non-retractable claws for grip, and a long tail for balance. They can hit 70 miles per hour in short bursts, making them the fastest land animal on the planet. I did a whole video on how cheetahs are fucked up genetically, and actually, I have some very exciting news. If you're new to my channel, you don't know that I used to intern at the Cheetah Conservation Fund in Namibia. I've talked about the work that they do a lot. I bring it up a lot. At the time that this video is coming out, I will be on my way back there, which is fucking crazy. I haven't been there in 6 years, and I've been wanting to make this trip for 6 years, and it's finally happening. I'm gonna be going to make some content about the cheetahs, all the work that they do there, and I am so excited. And Gion's coming with me, so stay tuned for that. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just really excited. I'm gonna be posting some little behind the scenes, like daily updates on Patreon.
Well, that's
so if you want to see those, go check out my Patreon. But yeah, otherwise you'll be seeing some shit soon, and I'm very excited. Moving along, and I hope you bitches aren't falling asleep yet. We've got 2 more lineages to get through. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Well,
Hopefully you're not using this video to fall asleep. If you are, I'm so sorry that I just did that. Go back to sleep. The rest of you, stay up. Next up on the list.
Okay, jeez.
Split off from the rest of the wildcats.
Damn.
6.2 million years ago.
My
The ancestors
goddamn.
from 5.9 million years ago that originally evolved in North America before making their way into Asia. The fossil record for these cats is pretty sparse. Just a couple of bones from Southeast Asia. But what we lack in fossils, make up for with some of the cutest fucking cats you will ever see in your entire life. We're gonna start off with a fan favorite, the Pallas's cat. They look like Ebenezer Scrooge. They've got short legs,
Bah humbug.
flat and wide face, tiny ears, and a coat that makes them look twice as big as they really are. That fluff is not for cute. That is serious, hardcore survival shit. The fur on their belly is nearly twice as long as the fur on their back, which helps
It
them
looks like a
survive
little
in
koala,
freezing,
but
dry
a feline.
steppes and rocky deserts of Central Asia, Mongolia, and up into the Himalayas. They're solitary and masters of camouflage. When threatened, they'll freeze and trust their coat to blend in with the rocks rather than run. Pallas's cats are expert hunters of small mammals,
Stealthy as fuck.
pets, and marmots, birds, reptiles, and even insects. They have 3 main hunting techniques. Stalking. They creep slowly and low to the ground, using vegetation or rocks as cover until close enough to pounce on their prey. Moving and flushing, where they quickly walk through the long grass undergrowth, flushing and capturing unwary small mammals and birds. And ambush. They wait outside a burrow for prey to emerge before attacking. Straightforward shit. They're very good at it.
A lot of cats seem to be commandos.
The next one, you're gonna lose your shit. The rusty spotted cat. At 2 to 4 pounds full grown, they are the smallest wild cats that we know of. They're the size of a fucking guinea pig, dude. They're found in India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, sticking to dense forests, rocky areas, and sometimes even farmland. These cats are mostly nocturnal, great climbers, and have been seen pouncing on prey from tree branches. What does that prey include? They are so small. Rodents, probably very tiny mice. Birds, probably very small little tiny birds. Reptiles, and insects. Whatever they can manage with their tiny little bodies. Next, the flat-headed cat. Yes, that is their name, due to the flat nature of their head. They're found in Thailand, Malaysia, Borneo, and Sumatra, and get to 3.5 pounds. And this cat is semi-aquatic.
Actually, I might have to grab
Zelda
Zelda.
From the video on tiny cats that can swim. I'm gonna give you the rundown again.
Take a look at her paws.
Have partially webbed feet and slightly backward slanted teeth, which help to keep their slippery prey inside their mouth.
Even though it might just be a coincidence.
Rivers underwater for a decent portion of the time. One record of a flat-headed cat in captivity noted that the cat showed more interest in a mouse in a pond rather than on land. They like wet mouse more than dry mouse.
I know the answer to the question what I think the Zelda might be.
Like many other small cats, are extremely elusive. Not much more is known about them because they seem to tend to stay away from human-altered habitats. They are just so little. Can't even see them, or you mistake them for a rodent. Even with developing research technologies like better camera traps,
I don't know if
set up in different habitats to figure out what's going on. Just don't see them.
This cat's gonna be mentioned or not yet.
MIA. Some researchers came up with a possible explanation for why this is, and it is objectively very cute. In 2013, they had placed camera traps around a forest reserve in Malaysia. One camera was placed 15 inches off the floor, which I believe is the typical height of each of the camera traps in the study. One night, got knocked over by a macaque to a height of less than 4 inches off the ground. And what do you know? 2 flathead cats, not 1 but 2, got captured on camera, which led the researchers to speculate maybe the cameras are too high up. They're just so small, you just walk right under them, which is why we never see them. How can you not love them? That's so cute. They're not the only semi-aquatic cats in the lineage. There's also the fishing cat. Very on brand as well.
Oh, yep.
They're also found in Southeast Asia, but are a little bigger than their flathead cousins. They get to like 30 pounds. Fishing cats, surprise, surprise, like to eat fish.
Surprise, surprise. Eyes, they don't use fishing rods or fishing nets to catch them.
The other portion is animals like birds, insects,
Though they might
rodents,
hide if they knew how to use them.
They have partially webbed feet that help them swim, and also walk through their muddy wetland habitats. More surface area, like the snowshoes of the Canada lynx. They also have a dual layer coat. The layer closest to their skin is super dense and thick, keeps their skin dry when they're in the water. And then the other layer, the outermost layer, shows off their lovely spots and stripes. They also have a short tail, which is used as a rudder while they're swimming. Next, the leopard cat, a very widespread, small, wild cat in Asia. They look like mini leopards, with spotted coats, and a body built for climbing and swimming. Leopard cats thrive in everything from tropical forests to grasslands, wetlands, and even high mountains. They're great climbers and swimmers. Their adaptability has allowed them to colonize islands all over Asia. They come out at night, they are solitary, and they eat rodents, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. And once lumped together with the mainland leopard cat, the Sunda leopard cat is now considered its own species, found in Java, Bali, Sumatra, Borneo, and the Philippines. They're similar to their mainland cousins, but they are its own species. That's all you need to know. And finally, last but not least, we have the domestic cat line. Stop. This does not mean all the cats in this lineage are domestic cats. The only ones that are domestic cats are the domestic cats, which, I'll tell you right now, is going to be a whole other video. How cats became domesticated, that's being pushed. For now, I'm going to introduce you to their very wild brethren. This lineage was that final split with the leopard cats, about 3.4 million years ago, with ancestors that evolved in North America before moving up into Asia and Africa. The fossil record for this group is pretty good, but a lot of it is hard to assign to specific species since the bones all look so similar. The oldest clear fossils are over 4 million years old from Kenya. And now let's get into the first cat, the European wildcat, which definitely looks like a big fluffy tabby, but they are not. They're a wildcat. They're solitary, nocturnal, mostly terrestrial.
Hey,
swim and
he on the attack.
The
Like you try to steal a snack.
the true ancestor of all domestic cats. They're found across Africa, the Middle East, and into Central and South Asia, and they'll live everywhere. even near human settlements, which makes sense if you think about the domestication of cats.
Yeah.
Like they were the perfect candidates to domesticate themselves. Next, endemic to the high altitude grasslands of the eastern Tibetan plateau, the Chinese mountain cat. They're solitary, mainly nocturnal, and rest in burrows made by badgers. Their diet is mostly rodents and birds, and they are pretty mysterious otherwise, because they're up out in the middle of nowhere. That's that. Next, probably the most different looking of all the cats in this lineage is the sand cat. You know them, you love them, and by the way,
Oh, yep.
their scientific name is Felis margarita, so cheers to that. Found from North Africa to Southeast Asia, it's the only cat that lives exclusively in true deserts. They've got fur-covered feet to walk on hot sand, thick ear hair for sandstorms, and can get all of their moisture from prey. They're solitary, nocturnal, and dig their own burrows to escape the heat. They're known as expert snake hunters. This is a cat not to be fucked with. They're able to kill venomous vipers with a quick blow to the head and a bite to the neck. And another deadly cat on the list is also one of the smallest, the black-footed cat. Weighing up to 5 pounds, this cat has a hunting success rate that puts lions to shame. With over 50 prey species.
Yeah, that's why I gotta look at
they're
Zelda's
solitary,
paws.
nocturnal, and rest in burrows or termite mounds during the day. And last, but
Because it might be
definitely not least,
a mix
the
of that,
jungle cat.
descended from that.
Stunning, found from
Maybe.
Egypt and the Middle East, through India and Southeast Asia, and even into southern China. They're solitary and excellent swimmers. They hunt rodents, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and insects, and will even scavenge from larger predators. And that's that. That was a lot of cats. The next episode will be focused on the big cats, Panthera. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Check out my Patreon for
Well, not a bad video. Okay. Alrighty, let me just. Okay. All the cats. Alrighty. It was not a bad video. And might do some more chatting for a little bit before we switch the games a bit. I will be doing game requests as well as react requests as well. However, the game requests I will be doing are more so like match-centric ones, so like Sonic Rumble, Xenoverse, Sparking, Zero, Gigabash, that sort of thing. So it's not too bad. The progression level is really there's a lot of progression in that. A lot more than I initially anticipated, so yeah. So yeah. And then I also need to try to get some stuff squared away. Well, not. But I haven't played Sparking in a while, so I haven't been pretty busy. Oof. Like, is there a specific reason that you're putting such a big focus on that? Like a deadline or something? I see, I see. Yeah, I can see why you want to try to finish that. Yeah. Thing is, like, there's a lot that can go wrong. I always have the motto, hope for the best, but do not be surprised. Ah, I see, I see. Oh, I believe it. It's like, yeah, fair, fair. He's like, well, I gotta. That reminds me, I do gotta get back to the notes for a lot of stuff for different projects. That does remind me, I do need to get back to that. Might do some streams where I'm working on projects and just talking. Like chilling, vibing while I work. Work on those. But I'll have to get back to you on that one. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. Legitimately. Like, I honestly don't know. Oh. I don't know either on that. Because I can't let my bias actually answer that question. And anyway, I'm gonna be right. Yeah, because like I honestly don't know which animal I would be. If I'm gonna be honest, I honestly don't know. But I will be right back, and we will probably switch to a game. I haven't not decided yet. It might take me a little bit, but I'll be right back on that. And I'm back. Good thing I didn't have my snacks in there. Okay. So which game should I play? Alright, I could play some Power World. I could play some Sonic Rumble. Just haven't done that in a while. And I could play, or I could play a little bit of Stardew Valley. I haven't played Stardew Valley in a while. I could play some V Rising, Castle Crashers, Abiotic Factor, Sparking Zero, Devil May Cry 5, various Batman games, a few Batman games, a collection of Castlevania games, Dead Cells, Dragon Ball The Breakers, Kekishin, Xenoverse 2, Kakarot, Dragon Quest Builders, and then Evil West. I could see if I could play Fable Anniversary again. But I don't know. Alright, let's I got way too many games to choose from to do that. Oh, so there's a... Oh! Oh, turns out Mouse for Hire is doing a collab. But let's see. You know what? Fuck it. We'll play some Stardew Valley. Actually, no. I'll save that for later. Yeah. Okay. And then, I might save VR chat for more, videos for RPs and stuff. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm playing A Black Factor. For a little bit. Just for a little bit. Do my own, save. Might not, progress much, though. So, fair warning. Okay. Trying to survive the death sleep. Again. Pew, what have you done? Or do we blame Android 21 on this time? Okay. And for some reason it keeps resetting my thing for some reason. Okay. That's that chick that don't have pets yet. I believe yeah, I got the power cells.
Hey.
Yeah, Grayson. I might I might start over. At some point. I'm definitely gonna need to get more water. Okay. I love how you could actually increase your strength this way. I find it hilarious. Give me the snacks! I paid for the damn snacks! Finally. Let me see.
Anything you need? Still kicking, eh? Well, I don't mean actual kicking. Like you're still, Never mind. I found some things lying around. Maybe you want them, maybe you don't. Either way, I'll be around for a bit. Talk to me if you're interested.
Okay.
I heard the radio, something about level 3. I'd stay away if I were you.
Oof. Oof. I feel that.
Adversary. You are endangered. Replayer.
I need your arms and your skulls. For science, of course.
We will destroy you.
Okay. Yeah, how many enemies did you make just for the sake of experimentation? What kind of experimentation were you pursuing? Oh. Now I have a way back here properly. If I can just head back. Okay, let's see. Hang on. I forgot to switch to abiotic factor for Twitch, on the Twitch end, didn't I? Okay, yes, I did. Whoops. Okay, we'll switch back to just chatting. in a little bit. But
Oh, I'm staying right here. Anything else is crazy. If the portal system has malfunctioned, there's no telling what could have found its way into the facility.
alright. Mainly prepping for the most part. You're gonna need a lot of stuff, I think. Yeah, I mainly do a lot of farming and stuff. Son of a bitch. Being stubborn. Yeah, I'm the type of yeah, it's gonna be dinner whether it wants to or not. Yeah, shit, it's probably because I was far away. But I said it was gonna be dinner no matter what. Whether it wants to or not. Damn right. Alrighty. Finally. Okay. Alrighty. No, you're hungry. Hang on, sweetie. I'm almost done making dinner. Caught a lot of gator. And some snakes. As well as some octopus. I will take that. Son of a... I will definitely take those. That's what I need. Right.
You want something specific? Fine. I can't just give this to you for free, you know. I wish I could.
Oh no, that's fish oil. Do I have robot oil? That's the better question. I do.
Good stuff.
Alright. Okay. Oof. Yeah, this game's a lot better with friends, to be honest. I don't think I've even encountered the Layak yet. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the labs yet. Was in here before. Gotta figure out how to open that. I cannot at the moment. I do not have a pet. Yet. Yeah, dude.
You want something specific?
reckon you know what you need to do. And if you don't, well, don't look at me.
Give me the damn root beer!
Well, it's all yours. You look like you need it.
Ooh. Who? Who's starting to sound like you?
There's the bathroom.
You're welcome.
Oh. Okay, I was about to say. I was kind of panicking. Anyway. Who's starting to sound like you? Hmm? Oh, I needed those for the biometric things. Speaking of which, Alright. I think we're gonna call it here for the night. Because it is getting late, and I do have to get ready for something tomorrow. But definitely gonna try to get the consistency back and running, and might be having others join me later on. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. For those who have, if you enjoyed, please leave a like in the YouTube end. Follow me on Twitch and on YouTube. Check out my socials and all that stuff. We're gonna raid CL real quick. Give her a little chaos raid. Send her my regards. Thank you all for stopping by, and I will be seeing you all later.